Tales of the Empire Episode 3 and the completion of Morgan Elsbeth's story arc, titled The Path of Hate, shows the moment when Morgan became the monster and tyrant that she had once sworn revenge against. And the end of this episode had some surprise hidden theme motifs that you may have missed. The episode begins relatively peacefully as low flutes and airy sounds enter. This immediately reminded me of the music to Ahsoka as well, as both characters carry many samurai-like qualities. The opening scene features the gong that I mentioned sounding in the last episode. Seeing it in the daylight was useful, but I'd be curious about the actual sound properties of something like this. There are 3 resonance chambers in it, and then a bell on each side. The resonance chambers would essentially help amplify the sound made, and with a bell on each side, that sound would then be sent out in all directions. I really want to hear what this would sound like in real life, because it could potentially carry sound for miles, and it clearly is designed as a warning signal in case of oncoming attacks. But the low energy music is very different from that, as it reflects the depression and fatigue of Morgan's people. This is juxtaposed as the New Republic ship flies across the sky above and lands. With the hope that it brings, it also brings us the New Republic theme that the Kiners used in Ahsoka. It's a great theme that the Kiners have adapted well, and I really hope we get more opportunities to fully establish this theme going forward. The music resides back into hesitant swells from there as Nadora emerges. As she requests the gates to be opened, the music becomes haunting, foreshadowing that this will not end well for the New Republic troops. As they enter, short motifs from Morgan Elsbeth's theme play through. The music focuses primarily on the half steps of her theme, which create a haunting feeling as the unwelcomed New Republic naively walk into their doom. It continues as Nadora speaks with Wing underneath the dialogue.
Ambassador of the New Republic. There was a special assembly. They were looking for.
As Nadora mentions that everything has changed, alluding to the creation of the New Republic, the New Republic theme softly plays underneath.
Things have changed. Everything has changed. Maybe even Magistrate Elsbeth. Let's see.
But it was a notable moment since the music momentarily lightened up because of it, but it then builds in suspense to the title card.
Coming with you.
String swells foreshadow an unhopeful ordeal as Nadora passes by a prisoner. They carry the group into Morgan's compound. The flutes take up flails that are responded to by the violins. All of the high movements create tension and chaos in the music as Morgan emerges, but it leaves quickly as their conversation is shrouded in silence.
Magistrate Elsbeth.
The silence here makes Nadora feel exposed while she speaks.
Relinquish your control of the local systems.
But as the conversation gets more tense, the music enters again with clusters in the strings that swell with dissonance.
Step down willingly. Turn yourself in.
The drums enter next to build more tension before giving way to the brass that all but ensure destruction. The strings jump into fast scales as the shooting begins with quick attacks in the brass. Next, the strings move into an ostinato while swells in the brass push the tension forward.
More than I do.
The energy and tension continue as Nadora flees. It builds to a climax as her ship is destroyed. As it is, the music returns to the music we heard while Dathomir was being massacred in the first episode. And I thought that this was brilliant because it demonstrated how Morgan has become what she hated. She came into a distant world, enslaved its people, and is now laying siege to it in the name of her cause. But it also reflects exactly what Morgan said. Her world has been burning for a long time. The music from Massacre of Dathomir never truly went away for Morgan. As Wing goes to Nodora, softer music enters to accompany her death.
I can't.
You can.
As Nodora reveals the distress beacon and says that help will come, the Kyners did something really clever. If you listen closely, you can hear the motif from the beginning of Ahsoka's theme, and as we already know, Ahsoka is that help that comes to Corvus in Season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Help will come.
It was just the right amount to be caught without distracting from the scene, and I'm curious if any of you caught this little moment as well. The tenderness and mellowness of the clarinet carries to the end of her life. As she dies, the horn plays Ahsoka's theme one last time.
You can make a difference.
As Bo-Katan answers the distress signal, the harp seems to play the first 3 notes of her theme as well.
Who is this? I received your distress signal. Come in.
But as Morgan puts an end to the hope, her theme makes a very clear entrance, demonstrating that she is the only thing that Wing should be worried about. It moves to the brass next as the final scene again mirrors the end of Episode 1, as Morgan has become what she has hated. But I absolutely would love to know what all of you think as well. What did you think of Morgan's arc as a whole? Was it enough, or did it feel too jumpy and discoordinated? Do you want to see more of her story in the future, or do you feel fulfilled? For me, the more I learn about her, the more I become curious. Tell me in the comments below what you think, and consider checking out my Patreon page using the link in the description, where you can help support this channel for as little as $1 a month, or download PDFs and MP3s of projects as I complete them, along with other perks at higher tiers. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to learn more about the music of a galaxy far, far away, and as always, may the be with you.